The Jews are in their final year of wandering the desert, and they're getting ready to enter the promised land at long last. God commands them when they get there and they conquer the land to look for, to find, and then to destroy all of the idols that were worshipped by the prior inhabitants, and to destroy the places of idol worship and the houses of idol worship, and to destroy the names of those places. The sages explain that that last obligation was not merely to change the name of the place of idol worship, but to replace it with a creative, degrading, mocking nickname. Why? First, because idolatry used to be a huge problem. We can relate to it in some sense because it must have been awfully nice to be able to remove all restrictions and obligations for your life. If you were able to walk into the local Walmart and buy an idol, buy a god to worship, well, when you brought that god home, if it had a made in China sticker on it, you probably weren't going to allow that god to tell you not to eat cheeseburgers or to give you any other rules or regulations. The Talmud tells us that if a Jew met an idolater who was holding an idol, the Jew could tell the idolater where to put that idol. And the Talmud was remarkably graphic in that description. The desire for idolatry was so enormous that after the destruction of the first temple, the sages successfully prayed to God to eradicate that desire, to destroy it, to remove it from the world. And God did so. So we can't fully relate to just how strong the temptation to worship idols used to be. The second reason for this obligation to come up with mocking nicknames was to teach us just how strong that power of mockery can be if used improperly. According to Jewish law, mockery is never allowed except for this one instance when you're making fun of idolatry. The Talmud tells us that there are only 3 types of people who descend to Gehenna, to hell, and who never get out. Remarkably, one of them is someone who gives another person a degrading nickname. But that's not so crazy when you think about it. Because you give somebody a terrible, embarrassing nickname, you remove them from the world. You take away their social status. You take away their self-esteem.
Okay, everybody, I have an announcement to make. From now on, I will be known as...
Koko the monkey.
What?
So the next time you're considering calling one of your friends Goober or Doofus or King Dork, maybe you ought to think twice.